Hey guys, this is Edward. I wanted to give an explanation of waiver wire pickups. It seems like a lot of people in the league don't seem to understand how waivers work. So here goes. Okay, so when you attempt to try to pick up a player, if they're a free agent, see FA here, you can pick them up immediately. However, if they're waitlisted, and either because a team dropped them or they played their game this week. There's a 24-hour window after the last game of the week is played. So the last game played is Monday, so that means waivers don't go through until Tuesday midnight. As you can see here, right now it's Wednesday past midnight, and right now waivers are going through. If I tried to pick up this player here, I know that other players are trying to claim him because at this hour he should be a free agent. I can't even click the button because it says the add action is disabled. That's because somebody's already put a waiver in them, and right now it's just processing. Yahoo, for some reason, doesn't allow waivers to go through exactly at midnight. It goes through like 2 hours later, typically, give or take. Now, you may be wondering what happens if two players try to claim the same player. So let's say, this week, Rashad Jennings, he had a good game, and let's say multiple people from the league, let's say me, and let's say Brochu, for example, wanted to pick him up, okay? And we're the only two people. Now, we put in our waiver claim, and then we have to wait for waivers to clear up. And priority is determined by this waiver number here, okay? Brochu has number 1 priority, I have number 4. So what will happen is Brochu will pick him up, his priority will get reset to 12, and I don't get Rashard Jennings. Okay, so now let me give you another example with multiple pickups. As you may have noticed, if you try to pick up multiple players who are on the waiver wire, it'll request that you give a priority, a waiver order for which players, and that's because to be fair to other players, you can't, just because you have the number 1 waiver position, it does not allow you to pick up all the players for that week first. That would be totally unfair. It actually resets after you pick up that player. So let me walk you through what happens here. So I set Green Day here. His first number 1 priority, Rashard Jennings. Number 2, Tim Tebow, and his waiver position is 4. And you have Brochu here. His first priority is also Rashard Jennings, and then his second priority is Mark Ingram. So here's what happens, okay? Okay, both of us have Rashard Jennings as our number 1 priority. Since Brochu has number 1 waiver position, he's going to get him. Okay, I'm not going to get him, so let me just type this in. Yes. And do I get him? No. Just highlight it to make it easier. No. Okay, so what happens next is his waiver gets reset to 12, and mine's is still 4. Okay, next up, my waiver position is 4. I get Tim Tebow for sure. I get him. And then my waiver gets reset to 12. And then his gets bumped up to 11. So notice whoever has the higher waiver position, higher priority, as in number 1 is higher than 12, their thing goes through first and then it gets reset. So now, right here, Tim Tebow, I get him. Yes. Then next up, and this is just assuming there's no other players. With other players, it gets a little bit more complicated. Since Brochu's next, he's 11, which is higher priority than 12. He's going to go through, look at his number 2 priorities. Nobody else wants Mark Ingram, and he ends up getting him too. Now he gets Mark Ingram. And now his waiver position gets set to 12. Dope. It's reset to 12. And Green Day gets bumped up. So just realize if, in this example, if you pick up players that nobody wants, it's kind of a pointless thing because they'll reset your waiver to something really low. I mean, ideally, you want to like kind of browse through players and get them without using your waivers. But I mean, if it's worth it, like you have to decide in your mind whether it's worth using up that waiver or not. You know, it's part of fantasy football tactics. Going back to what I was saying earlier, how right now it's a little bit past midnight, Wednesday night. Right now, all the waivers are going through, are being processed. So anything with you know, wait list on it, that means somebody's picking them up already, and there's no way you can add them. There's no way because they've already made their waiver claim. In order to make the waiver claim, you have to do it before Tuesday midnight or the midnight after the last game. The midnight at least 24 hours after the last game. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, so right now, if you just want to see who's like claimed what or like who's in process of getting picked up, if you choose instead of all available players, you can choose waivers only. You can see like in this league here, who's trying to pick up what, and you can see here. Oh, this is what's going on. Oh, side note, this one says November 9th because in my other league I decided to drop Roy Halou Jr. today. If you want to see which players are available, let me go back to the league that we're in. Let's see, players. If you want to see which players you can pick up right now, choose free agents only. And these are the players that nobody made a waiver claim for, and you can browse through or do whatever you want. Yeah, so back to league settings. Important things to remember. Your waiver is very important, okay? So if you have the number one waiver, it's your decision whether you want to burn it on a player or not. I mean, yeah, it's really up to you. Is it worth it? Otherwise, I'd recommend just waiting past the waiver hour, which, you know, is right now, and picking up some free agent. Just crossing your fingers and hoping that the player you want is available. Okay, I hope this tutorial was informative. Let me know if you still have any questions. I hope I explained things really well. Yeah, and good luck with the waiver wire process. This is Edward. Peace out.